Hi, I'm Suzanne. It's Training Tuesday. It's 4:30 where I am, and guess what? Normally I do these at 9:30 in the morning, which tells you everything that you need to know about what we're doing for Training Tuesday because it's all about overwhelm. Holy cow, so many things. I've tried all day to go live, and here it is hours later, and I'm just now getting to it, which tells me I need what I'm going to teach you today too. So perfect timing because today I'm walking you through a quick way to really de-overwhelm yourself, especially when you're under a lot of stress. You have a lot going on. You've got the endless to-dos going on, running all the places, lots of things tugging at you. That's when you need to be able to pull out a mindfulness exercise that you can do anywhere in the car, at a party, etc. The brain vortex is a totally powerful force. And when our amygdala, which is that emotion processing and fear center in the brain, when it becomes hyper engaged with too many things, too many decisions, running, we lose access to really that finesse part of our brain, that prefrontal cortex, which is really our logic center. This helps you operate your life, right? So when you're in that vortex, that swirling, that spinning, that stressful, that overwhelm, that afraid fear, that just running to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, that kind of high amped up anxiety fueled place, you're really incapable of being rational, and you're definitely not able to see a creative solution. So if that sounds familiar at all today, then this is for you. Vortex is really kind of an apt description, I think, of that chaotic space that we find ourselves in. Being a human right now is hard. And I'm recording this in December, which means, or almost December, and which means we're just under this extra glittery, awesome holiday stress, right? But you're just under it because there's so many things. There's daily routines that have been uprooted, right? You've got bombardment of media messaging. You got to go do all the errands and run the things. You've got lots of deadlines. You have other people that need things. You have your own worries, and sometimes you're in a shame spiral, right? There's sometimes there's not enough physical space to get away from people, and so you just feel like you're just constantly in this place. And so in the vortex, you might be experiencing a quicker heart rate, for example, shallow breathing. Your shoulders might be more like this. You might find yourself being like this and really not living into your best, most human self. So, what can you do when you're in that vortex? When you're not thinking straight, when you're super overwhelmed? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a pause, and I'm going to teach you a very strategic pause when you begin to notice that you're feeling overwhelmed or you're in that vortex. That's what we're going to do today. So, the first thing that you have to do is, hey, self, I need a pause. So, you just have to tell yourself that. You're telling your brain, you're telling your body, what I'm doing right now is not working for me. I need a pause. And then what you need to do is say, I'm going to give myself permission to take that pause. So you're telling your brain and your parasympathetic nervous system, whatever you've been doing, we're going to pause, put a comma. We'll come back to it if we need to. But right now, we're shifting our focus. We're doing something different. And what this practice is going to do is it's going to help you support re engagement of that prefrontal cortex area and really enable you to better access your inner wisdom, your awareness, your creative thinking skills. Okay. All right. So here's the way you do this. The first thing is, and so you'll want to save this video for sure, is you want to notice or name, maybe write down, like if you're not in the car driving, for example. So what you're experiencing in your body at that moment. So, for example, my shoulders hurt, my back aches, I'm speaking fast, my breathing isn't deep, I feel pain behind my eyes. You really want to notice all the things going on in a bodily way and name them. So, if you're able to name them out loud and tell yourself, that's great. You may not be able to do that. If you want to write them down, that's great. You could use your device and tell your device those things. If you can't do any of that because you're at a party, let's say, and you can't go in the bathroom, then just stop for a minute and just run them through in your mind. Okay. Notice I'm trying to give you all the different ways you can do this no matter where you are. Then you want to sit with the noticing. I mean, not physically, you could actually really sit. But what you want to do is allow all those feelings to come up. And every time that you're talking about it, you intentionally want to slow your breathing intentionally. So whenever your mind begins to wander into the vortex of thoughts, like, well, why am I breathing so shallow? Well, gosh, my shoulder hurts. Maybe I need to go see a physical therapist because this is what we do, right? Our brains start to spin in that vortex. You simply need to return to what's going on in your body. Hey, brain is going misfiring. Now I'm breathing even slower. So I'm going to slow down. And you need to do this practice for only 30 seconds for it to work. So if you need to set a timer, you can do that, right? But for 30 seconds, you're just going to notice what goes on in your body and intentionally slow down your breathing. That's it, 30 seconds. And then you want to notice if there's been a change in your sensations. Because I will tell you it's true. You will experience a change in your sensations. And then you just want to tell your brain to think about that. Hey, brain, what are we experiencing now? Then I invite you to do kind of a clearing breath, a big breath, this new sensation, and just notice it as it is. Then and only then. So all of this should take you maybe 45 seconds. First, you're beginning to feel the overwhelm. You're giving yourself permission to do this thing. You're going to notice and name all the sensations you're feeling. You're going to spend 30 seconds staying with them and slowing down your breathing. You're going to do one deep clearing breath, and then boom, 45 seconds later, now you want to ask yourself, okay, self, what am I going to focus on now that has the greatest positive impact in this situation? That's it. And then you continue on your day. Pretty great, right? You can do this anywhere, right? So if it's, I need to go, I need to put my earbuds in because I've got a lot of things going on. I will tell you, I had to do that at the grocery store. A friend of mine told me that it would make my grocery shopping during the holidays easier if I would just listen to something that I like to listen to. So I put on some great music that really gets me jazzed and had that going, and it made my grocery trip so much more pleasant. So you want to ask yourself what you need to focus on that has the greatest positive impact in that situation, and then go about and do it and prioritize, and then get back to your day. I promise you'll come up with more creative solutions. All right, that's what I've got for you. I hope you saved this video. I hope you took good notes. This is Training Tuesday. I'm live every Tuesday, just about for less than 10 minutes, giving you a hack, a tip, a tool, a resource to pull out when you need to show up as your best self. I'm Suzanne Cathell. I'll see you on Tuesday.